I don't know what happened. It just went off. Whoops. Hi, Sandra. Almost to the end. Just finishing up here with our curved spiked border. These are done on our leave-in foundations. Means no pulling paper out. Use a regular stitch length when you're using our foundations. Whatever size stitch you use in your traditional piecing, you can use in this. And you're just gonna, the process is the same as traditional paper piecing, but you're just gonna leave this in when you're done. You won't know it's in your quilt other than the fact that your quilt will hold its shape much better, but it doesn't add any weight or bulk to your quilt. So you get perfect blocks, perfect points, just by sewing on the line. I'm just going to follow the numbers and sew on the line. It's a 3-step process, no matter what block you're making. I always say the first step is stitching, but it's a continuous cycle. So you're going to stitch, and then you press, and then you trim like we just did to get your to get your 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then you just Put right sides together just like normal. And then you're going to go back to step number 1 and stitch. And that's all there is to it. No matter what block you're making, that's the process. Get my pin out. This block that we're doing today is a 10-inch by 16-inch curved spiked border. And we have lots of different border blocks available. Okay, so at the end of this this section or this block, so now I'm going to take the next one, and where is we want piece number 1. This is piece number 29 I just sewed on, but I have not trimmed it. Now you could trim it like normal and then sew 2 blocks together, which would put a seam down. It would be down here, but it would be like this section here. You'd have a seam. If you don't want to have a seam, this is what you want to do. When you're sewing, this is the back side. You want to be able to read the printing on the foundation. So that's 29. We're going to start over with piece 1 up here. So what we want to do is we want to match the solid line on the end of the foundation, solid line on the end of this foundation. We're going to just match that like that. I'm going to put a pin here, hold it all together, and come all the way down and make sure that your point and your this seam line going across matches. Put a pin here. Keep it all lined up all the way down. It looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use our add a quarter just like we normally would to get ready to add piece number 2. The piece that's number 29 on the first block section is also going to be the rest of the first piece. So we're going to get ready. We're going to trim. I need to put this pin out of my way so I can fold that back. Put the pin over here so I can fold it back to make our 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, this is where we're going to sew the next piece on right there. We're going to fold this back, put our add a quarter ruler, trim that. We're just continuing on. I'm going to turn this over, and our next piece of fabric will go right here, just like normal. I like to put a couple of pins in these long pieces that we're adding. Turn it over. And we're going to sew on that line. Right? It goes all the way up to the top virtually. Okay, this is the line we're going to sew on. And when I'm doing that, I want to, at the same time, make sure that the solid lines stay lined up. And if you wanted to put more pins in it, you could. I'm just holding it with my finger. Get my other pin out. This is going to go all the way to the bottom. Clip my threads. And then we're going to press it open. Set the stitches first. And press that open. Look at that. Okay, now I want to come back and I want to trim away all this extra foundation. There's a big hunk here. And we'll just trim it close to where we stitched. And then I'm going to flip. Oh, that should be good. That's it. Oh, that's right. We trimmed the other off. So then we're just going to keep going. Now, when you get a long piece like this, it gets a little, sometimes kind of gets in the way. What I like to do is just take a clip. I don't think I need quite such a big clip, but that's what's handy. So that it's not, out there floating around and getting in the way. So just kind of, and as I go along, I'll roll it again and clip it so that it doesn't get in the way. So now we're ready to add piece number 3. We're going to get ready to add piece number 3. That's where we're going to sew it on that line. So we're going to fold the foundation back. You don't want to trim away your foundation or trim your foundation or cut your foundation. You want to keep it whole. And then we're going to use the add a quarter ruler. And it just fits up against your straight edge, just like that. And we're going to trim this extra fabric away. So there's our 1/4 inch seam allowance. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe that helps. So now when we turn it over and have our right sides of our fabrics facing up, we're going to take our next piece of fabric. I have all my fabrics stacked right sides facing up. I put my colors in the order I wanted them. That's the right side. And we're going to put right sides together. Just like that. And then I usually put, on these long pieces, I'll put 2 pins. Hold the fabric in place. Then we're going to turn it over and we're going to sew on the line. Take my pin out. Take that pin out. take it to the pressing mat. And we're going to press that open. I'm going to press it nice and flat. And yes, I do use steam. I know a lot of quilters don't. It's entirely up to you. And then we're going to trim to add piece number 4. Set our straight edge even with that line where we're going to sew number 4 on. Fold our foundation back. Whoops. And then turn it over. Take our next color. Right sides together. It's kind of hard to see that color on the white background. And just keep repeating this. But see, this was the piece where we joined the 2 sections together, so you don't have a seam line there, which is a little nicer. Okay, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. This is pretty boring. It's pretty much the same thing, piece after piece, but you get the idea. And I want to thank you for joining me today. I will be back on Thursday at noon Pacific time. Don't forget, you can catch Laura, my daughter-in-law. She does all kinds of neat things. She is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings and 10 to noon East Coast time. So 7 to 9 our time here on the West Coast. I'm on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And from noon to 2. Usually try to make it to 2, but some days we quit a little early, like today. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. I hope something caught your eye, and we'll see you again on Thursday. Have a great rest of your day and a wonderful Wednesday. See you Thursday. Bye-bye.